In a land where emerald mountains kissed the sky and rivers meandered through lush valleys, there lay a tranquil village named Suryapura. In Suryapura, time seemed to flow like the gentle currents of the nearby river, and the villagers lived in harmony with nature and one another. At the heart of the village stood a majestic Bodhi tree, its sprawling branches providing shade to those who sought respite from the sun's warm embrace. Beneath its leafy canopy, the villagers gathered each evening to share stories, laughter, and the simple joys of life. Among the villagers was a young man named Sujata. Sujata was unlike any other in Suryapura, for he possessed a serene countenance that seemed untouched by the worries of the world. His eyes sparkled with wisdom beyond his years, and his smile radiated a warmth that touched the hearts of all who knew him. From a young age, Sujata had been drawn to the teachings of the Buddha. He spent his days meditating by the tranquil waters of the village lake, seeking to understand the nature of suffering and the path to true inner peace. As he sat beneath the Bodhi tree one evening, his mind immersed in deep contemplation, a group of villagers approached him with furrowed brows and troubled hearts. "Sujata," one of the villagers began, "our village is plagued by conflict and strife. Families are torn apart by disagreements, and anger simmers beneath the surface of our community. We have come to seek your guidance. How do you remain so calm amidst chaos? Teach us your ways so we may find peace within ourselves and in our village." Sujata smiled gently at the villagers and beckoned them to sit beside him. "My dear friends," he said, his voice as soothing as the gentle breeze that rustled the leaves of the Bodhi tree, "the key to inner peace lies in understanding the nature of suffering and letting go of attachment to worldly concerns." And so, beneath the starlit sky, Sujata began to weave a tale, a parable that would illuminate the hearts and minds of the villagers with the timeless wisdom of the Buddha. Chapter 2, The Sage of Serenity. In a distant land there once lived a great sage named Ananda, Sujata began. Ananda was revered far and wide for his profound wisdom and his ability to remain unaffected by the ups and downs of life. One day a young disciple approached Ananda with a troubled expression on his face. "Master," the disciple said, "I am tormented by the actions of others. When people speak ill of me or betray my trust, I find myself consumed by anger and resentment. How can I find peace amidst such turmoil?" Ananda listened to the disciple's words with compassion and understanding. Then he beckoned the disciple to follow him to the edge of a vast lake that shimmered in the light of the setting sun. "Do you see this lake?" Ananda asked the disciple, gesturing towards the tranquil waters that stretched out before them. "It is like the mind of a person who has attained true inner peace. No matter how strong the winds blow or how turbulent the waves become, the surface remains calm and undisturbed." The disciple nodded, understanding dawning in his eyes. "Now," Ananda continued, "imagine that you are a leaf floating upon the surface of this lake. When a strong gust of wind blows, the leaf may be tossed about and carried this way and that. But if the leaf remains rooted to its essence, it will eventually come to rest upon the calm waters once more." The disciple pondered Ananda's words deeply, and slowly a smile spread across his face. "I understand, Master," he said. "Just as the leaf must remain rooted to its essence, so too must I remain rooted to my true nature, unaffected by the actions of others." And so, armed with this newfound wisdom, the disciple set forth on his journey towards inner peace, knowing that no matter what trials and tribulations he may face along the way, he would remain steadfast in his resolve to act as if nothing bothered him. As Sujata finished his tale, the villagers sat in silence, absorbing the timeless wisdom of the parable. In the stillness of the moment, they felt a sense of peace wash over them, as if the burdens of their hearts had been lifted by the gentle touch of Ananda's words. "Sujata," one of the villagers said, breaking the silence, "thank you for sharing this story with us. It has opened our eyes to the power of inner peace and the importance of remaining steadfast in the face of adversity. We will strive to emulate the example of Ananda and to cultivate a sense of calm amidst the chaos of life." With hearts full of gratitude, the villagers bid farewell to Sujata and returned to their homes, carrying with them the timeless wisdom of the Buddha's teachings. And as they went about their lives, they found solace in the knowledge that no matter what trials and tribulations they may face, they had the power to remain serene in the face of adversity, for they had learned the powerful lesson to act as if nothing bothered them. Chapter 3. The Journey Begins. Inspired by Sujata's words, the villagers of Suryapura embarked on a journey towards inner peace. They gathered beneath the Bodhi tree each evening, eager to learn more about the teachings of the Buddha and to share their insights with one another. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, a profound transformation began to take place within the hearts of the villagers. They learned to let go of their attachment to worldly concerns and to embrace each moment with a sense of gratitude and equanimity. One evening, as the villagers sat beneath the Bodhi tree, a young girl named Lila approached Sujata with a question burning in her heart. "Sujata," she said, her voice trembling with emotion, "I have heard the teachings of the Buddha, and I understand the importance of remaining calm in the face of adversity. But how do I put these teachings into practice in my daily life? How do I act as if nothing bothers me when the world around me is filled with suffering and strife?" Sujata smiled warmly at Lila and beckoned her to sit beside him. "My dear Lila," he said, "the journey towards inner peace begins with self-awareness and mindfulness. It is about cultivating a sense of compassion and understanding towards ourselves and others, even in the midst of turmoil." And so, beneath the shimmering moonlight, Sujata began to impart his wisdom to Lila and the other villagers gathered beneath the Bodhi tree. He taught them the importance of mindfulness meditation and the practice of loving kindness towards all beings. "Remember," Sujata said, his voice gentle yet firm, "the Buddha taught us that suffering is an inevitable part of the human experience. But through the practice of mindfulness and compassion, we can learn to transcend our suffering and find true peace within ourselves." With these words ringing in their hearts, the villagers of Suryapura redoubled their efforts to cultivate inner peace and compassion in their daily lives. And as they walked the path of enlightenment together, they found solace in the knowledge that no matter what trials and trib